All right. So I haven't done this before, but we're on TikTok live over here. We're on YouTube live over there, same time. So the way I'm doing it though, I'm not running it all off the same app. I'm pretty sure I can do that in YouTube Studio. Not 100% sure, but I'm running TikTok off my cell phone, YouTube off my stationary computer here. So end of year live stream. We're going to be talking about bass fishing, all kinds of great stuff. We're going to be doing a taste test on some real expensive liquor. So if you're into drinking a little bit, New Year's, you guys want to see some good stuff, we're going to get into that. So make sure you smash the like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and same thing for TikTok here. So this is my first TikTok live. We also do giveaways here on my channel, YouTube, or on my YouTube channel, Common Sense Fishing. I guess we can also do that on TikTok. So let me do something really quick. Got to close that out. There we go. All right, cool. So we're going to be busting in to some Colonel Taylor. This is some 50% 100 proof bourbon. It's about $140 a bottle, what I paid for it. So we're going to get into this. We're going to crack this open, and we're going to pitch that. We're going to pitch that against the Blue Label 18-year Glenlivet. So we're going to get down with that, and we're going to try the two. So one versus the other, see how we like it. And we're going to talk about fishing. Man, have I been out there destroying them lately on swim baits. So now, the way I've been catching them is kind of cheating. And we'll tell you guys about that. And so what we're basically doing is we're just camping we're camping at the launch ramp where the trout were planted, and there's monster bass all over smashing these trout. And if you're not throwing a swim bait, it's going to be almost impossible to catch them. So basically, the only way to get these fish is by throwing giant baits. So that's what we've been doing, and I've got a lot of big fish lately. We've got 8-pounders, 7-pounders, 6-pounders. We've got a ton of fish. So also, hopefully before the end of the year, we're going to put a best of 2025 video together. And that's going to be like all the greatest stuff from the last year. Then I'm also thinking about doing a best of like the channel. So there's going to be a ton of stuff on that. That like might be a movie, like an hour long, where we're rescuing people, rescuing animals, catching things, seeing things on fire, boats sinking, catching, monster bass, giving away tons of Christmas toys to needy families, all that great stuff. So that's going to be like the best of the channel. It's going to be kind of my favorite moments. And we have over 800 videos on the channel. You might think maybe the channel sucks since it's been around so long and only has so many viewers. I like to think we do an okay job here. But the thing is I started my YouTube channel almost 12 years ago when YouTube first came out. And I kind of got ridiculed by my buddies and friends thinking, oh, are you a pro? You think you're a bass pro? They were making fun of me. Merry Christmas. Kind of making fun of me for wanting to start a YouTube channel when I wasn't like the greatest bass fisherman. And that's my fault for kind of listening to them, Hey, thanks for jumping on. But yeah, smash that like button if you get a chance. We're going to try this 50 proof here, give it a little sip and see what we think about it. This is $140 a bottle bourbon. And then over here, we got about $160 a bottle whiskey. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody. Salut. Cheers. So I'm looking forward to a great 2026. Business has been booming in the HVAC career. That's what I do for a living. So I'm a contractor. I fix air conditioners and heaters. I collect a lot of collectibles, if you haven't seen that in the background here. Working on some more YouTube videos. You see the GoPro sitting right here. We've got some great content for you guys. I mean, I've got about 10, 15 videos I've got to push out there for you guys and gals that are going to be just top of the line content. Like I've got some monster fish, great times with friends, having good times out at like Bass Lake, Don Pedro, McClure, Clear Lake, lots of cool stuff. So as always, thanks for watching, and we really appreciate you joining and hanging out. So let's give this a test here. We've got, like I said, some pretty expensive bourbon. It is 100 proof, so this is some pretty kick you pretty hard right here. For being 100 proof, 50% though, it's pretty smooth. You pay $100+ for a bottle, you better hope it's at least not going to be that bad. Now we're not tasting no $10,000 a bottle, none of that fancy stuff. I'm not rich, you know. I mean, I work for myself. I have a good life. I'm not poor, but I ain't rich, so I can't be doing any of those things, any of those taste testing anytime soon. Maybe one day we'll get there, but my main concern is just having fun with you guys and gals, talking all about the recent events, what's going on, and basically like what's been going on in my life. Like if y'all didn't know, my daughter almost died. Retired plumbing contractor. Nice. So over here on YouTube, reading the comments there, I see we got some people here on TikTok. Thanks for joining. So feel free to comment. And once we get this set up on my home screen, we're going to be inviting you guys to talk and interact with me. I'm learning TikTok, so bear with me. But this is a great channel where we do giveaways. We have all kinds of fun here. So this is my first live on TikTok. On YouTube, I've been doing this quite a bit. But looking forward to really gearing up 2026. I tell you what. So where to start? Let's start with basically what's kind of been going on the last year. So my daughter, she pretty much died 3 times. She lost her leg, has a little bit of brain damage, and that was one of the hardest things to ever overcome. Don't wish that upon my worst enemy. So that put a damper in my video making and my channel, stuff like that. Focusing on family, which is what I recommend everybody do. It's great to get online, great to interact with a great community, have a fun time, and joke and, you know, troll each other, whatever. So just when it's really important to get out and touch grass and be out in the real world too. Don't be hunkered down on your laptop, computer, or cell phone all the time. That's why I love fishing. I get out, spend time with Mother Nature, just sitting on my boat, sometimes dragging a worm, throwing a jig, whatever have you. You know, might have a beer or something, but I don't really drink when I'm fishing. I don't like to get messed up much, but when I'm relaxing, I'll catch a little buzz here. So, and those of you who are OG veterans on the YouTube channel, you want to see some fun stuff, go check out my early videos. I'm telling you, my early videos were wild. So if you haven't seen them, you know, go onto YouTube, check it out. I've got some pretty crazy stuff. I'm surprised hasn't got took down, but not in like a bad way like that, more in like a wild way, like pushing the limits, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I've just been working, you know, like I said, I'm an HVAC contractor, heating and air conditioning. So I own my own business. So I've been busy doing a lot of that kind of stuff. But this last year has been a challenge. The business is growing. I'm trying to focus on the YouTube, the TikTok, all that good stuff, slowly grow this stuff in the background. And hopefully, you know, create something that might last longer than me. Something my kids can take over, a channel that will truly be along for a long time. Get to know the family, get to know like our adventures, see where we go, what we do. We're always out and about, having fun things. I think we're going to do a little more recording of our personal private life too, a little bit, so you guys can see, you know, when we go out and have fun and go to the ocean and go to the mountains and go doing all kinds of fun stuff. So we'll be having more of that. But also here on TikTok, if you get a chance to hit the like button or the heart button. Again, I'm new to TikTok, and if any of you can show me how, I'm going to see here how we can join or get people to join with me. So let me see here. I'm going to start pushing buttons here. So continue. So, okay, so I've got to go live a few more times. So this is my first live here. So we're going to go more often. So make sure you follow the channel. We're going to be doing a lot more live streams. And then once we've done it more, it looks like I need to do it 3 times on TikTok. And then we can actually have you guys join and speak and be part of the conversation. It's just not me talking at you. And I know it's just me sitting here, so it's not like I got a group of people that we can just rib and have fun and keep you guys more entertained. But hopefully, I'm entertaining enough, right? Because I can crack some jokes, tell some fun stories. You know, if you guys see on this TikTok here, I got to see how to see the comments. Let me see here. All right. So, okay. So I'm learning this TikTok stuff here. So bear with me. Uh-oh. Apologize for that. So, we'll say hi. We'll say hi to you guys. So I'm over here on the phone to the YouTube guys, you know, interacting with the TikTokers a bit. And to the TikTokers, I'm over here trying to interact with the YouTubers a bit. So the channel's Common Sense Fishing on YouTube. On TikTok, I don't know if I still have this Common Sense Fishing or Common Sense Talks. I don't remember. I have a Common Sense Talks YouTube channel, but I haven't been on it very much. I've been focused again on family. I tell you, when you have like you get a phone call at 4 or 5 in the morning that your daughter's dead and or dying, and they don't think that she's gonna make it, and all the other crap I've been through, man. I've been homeless. I've been through the ringer. I've been in foster care. You know, we all have a sob story, most of us. Very tough upbringing. But when you go through so much crap in life, if it doesn't do it to you already, eventually one day you kind of wake up and you realize that it's cool and fun to do this stuff. It's cool and fun to, you know, peruse the internet and check out all the cool videos, but it's so important to spend time with your family, with your loved ones, give them a hug, tell them you love them, you know. And I haven't been on, so I figured I'd spend some time with you guys. My family's all here. We're having a great time getting ready for Christmas. um, 2 of the kids are out of the house right now, so it's kind of quiet. So we do have this is like a little bit about us. We've got like 8 or more people living in this house. So we got a 2-story, 4 bedroom, 3 car garage, nice, decent little house, but it's crammed. It's like we're stuffed in here because I was raised to treat family right, to be there for family. And so basically, you know, I got my dad and my brother here living with me right now while I'm trying to buy a second house for them. And life's a challenge, you know, it's not always easy, but I'm thankful for everything I have. I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I mean, look at all this stuff behind me. I never thought I'd have anything like this when I was growing up. My dream was just to have the old white, you know, the house with the white picket fence and a family. Because it just growing up, you know, getting put in foster care and having all kinds of other crazy crap happen, you know, you want that normalcy, you want that American dream that everybody goes after. And so now that I got it, you know, you're still always chasing that next thing, you know, and that's good to be ambitious. It's good to try to achieve things, and don't just be complacent in life. But at the same time, don't push so hard on work and on life that you forget your family and your friends and enjoying moments like this, you know. Yeah, I'll sit on the internet too and just talk to random people, random strangers, and tell you guys that you know, there, I don't know if this is you, but if you need to hear it, there's people out there that care about you. There's people that love you. You know, life is challenging and it's tough. There's a lot of downs as well as there's a lot of ups, and sometimes the ups aren't as obvious. The downs can get us so focused on the bad stuff that's happened that you can forget the positive stuff. And sometimes it's the little things in life that really put the cherry on the top, or the icing on the cake, if you know what I'm saying. That nice sunset or sunrise, you know, hanging out on a roof with your friends when you're like 19 to 20 something, getting hammered, watching the sun go up, because you've been up there all night drinking and talking about like your dreams and goals. I don't know. Any of you guys ever did that? Hung out with like your two, three, four best friends and just sit out on the roof or something, you know, getting hammered or something, just talking like philosophical stuff that really doesn't mean anything. And when you're my age, you're not going to remember anything that you talked about really, but you remember it was deep conversation, it was meaningful, it was friends connecting on a way that a lot of people don't do anymore. Riding our bikes on the bike path and the jumps, and swimming in the creek and all the crazy stuff. I'm starting to sound like an old fogey, but that's the stuff that as I sit here, sipping my bourbon, talking about the good memories, and I got a fishing channel. Sure, a lot of it's fishing and all that, but most of it's family, it's friends, it's those positive experiences, the stuff that I can remember that just comes straight to the front of my mind. And maybe is that you too, right? When you think, stop and think, what truly made you happy in life? And oh, hey, look, that was quick. Damn, she's fast, ninja. This is the lovely wife over here. Look at a burger with bacon. Is there bacon and there's pickles on it? Was there mayonnaise and a little barbecue sauce? Or just mayonnaise? I'll roll with that. Cool. Couldn't ask for more. See? Got a wife, got a family, got a roof over my head. Man, things could be much worse. I tell you that. And especially where I've been in life. So, and I plan on hanging out for a while on live, so if you guys have any questions or comments, you can go over to YouTube and check Common Sense Fishing. I'm live right now. I can see your comments there and I can interact with you here. I can see when you're joining and stuff, but I really can't get any comments or see anything just yet. We'll see. So we're working on this. I'm learning how to looks like, okay, I've got to do a few more things and then I can basically invite you guys to join the channel as guests. So, I'm sorry right now you can't talk back. I don't see where the comments would be. I just see people jumping in and out. But I don't see the comments. Let's see if we can figure this part out. I'm touching things, so. There we go. Nope. Okay. Well, I'm just going to stop pushing buttons on the phone before I end up dropping the live stream. We're going to crack this Glenlivet here in a second. Get down. Cheers. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas to everybody. We don't play the politically correct crap on this channel. Sorry. Not sorry. You're gearing up for another BBT season. Will you be fishing any events? I would really like to fish the tournaments and some BBT and Future Pro Tour. The only thing is my boat is not ready. My live well took a donk on me. Probably need to have the tubes cleared out. There's a lot of work on the pump and live well setup. The recirc's not working, so it's hard to keep fish alive in the live well right now. I would really like to tournament fish this next year because me and a buddy of mine that I've known since we were like, maybe 10, 11 years old. We've been fishing since we were that little, and we have this passion for fishing, and the two of us together are really freaking good. Whenever me and my buddy Jeremy go out bass fishing, it's almost always a 15 plus pound bag. There's always like a 5 pound plus bass caught by the two of us. And we used to fish Future Pro Tour before, and this is what it looked like. Check it out. So we're going to spin you around here on the YouTube channel and let you see my wall. There's Ryan Cook. He never leaves the wall. He's always there. And that's just from 2 years of tournament fishing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually, I think, 1 or 2 trophies missing. So we have, I think we have roughly I think we have roughly 8 or more. I think there might even be like 10 because there's a couple that are missing. I think I broke one, and then there's one that's not up there. It's in a box or something somewhere. But basically, I showed them all my on YouTube here. I spun the camera around, showed them all my trophies. See if we can show you guys real quick here. So this is my man cave, all my collectible stuff. You know, there's my trophies up there. I don't know what you guys can see or can't see because I'm running my TikTok off my cell phone right now. So plan on running the TikTok off the stationary, you know, the desktop computer. So that way we can do more cool stuff because on here it's pretty hard. So we'll split screen and we'll have 2 of them up. And we'll do YouTube and TikTok at the same time. But it's all right. You'll get them eventually, and trophies don't matter. It's just amateur fishing stuff. The Future Pro Tour. There were some good sticks. I used to fish against Matt Frazier, against even against like Christian Ostrander, a bunch of guys, and we've got some good memories. And like you've seen all those trophies, first, second, and third place finishes. You know, we did good. We had a ton of fun, and that's really all you can ask for. You know, I'm not fishing to try to get rich or make money. I think I mean, not you guys, but I'm gonna just be honest. If you think you're gonna make money fishing, you're a fool. You're a damn fool. What you're gonna do is have fun, meet like-minded individuals, have a great time. You might break even or make a little money if you're really good. The amount of money that you put in on the boat, the truck, the gas, the lures, there ain't no way you're making money. It's more about prestige or standard or like or standing. Like, hey, I'm doing all this, and I'm winning, and I'm so good, blah blah. And I'm not that kind of guy that's too prideful or boastful. So, um, the tournaments are fun, but yeah, I want to fish some for you guys, for the channel to grow things and to challenge myself. Hey, get out there and fish against the youngsters and the guys got the live scope and all the doohickeys and all the doodads, and I'm out there on my beat up boat that's like heck of old, and I paid $6,000 for it, and I have no electronics on the front. I only have some electronics on the back, and we get down. You don't need all this money. You don't need all this crap. You don't need all this doohickeys. You just got to go out there and fish and swing and have fun. And if you're decent at it, you'll win a few, you'll do good. And it's all about learning too, even if you're not decent at it. That's how I got good. I mean, I used to suck. Back in the days when I was younger, I was actually a pretty good fisherman, but I was very locked into like I could only fish a few different types of ways. I really wasn't a good finesse fisherman. I was really good at catching big bass as a youngster all the way up until almost 30. And I could catch a ton of big bass when they're there to be caught, the right time and moments, but also go times when everybody's just killing them on the drop shot and the Nico rig and the Ned rig, and I'm over here throwing spinner baits and crank baits and all this weird stuff still, and I'd get made fun of, like, because I'd catch big ass bass, but they'd be like, "Oh, you could catch it on as a spinner bait or a crank bait or this and that." Because I was a power fisherman most of my life, and if I bottom bounced, it was always a Texas rig, 1/4 ounce bullet weight Texas rig. Might use a 6-inch worm, an 8-inch worm, 10-inch worm, whatever have you. Might use a crawdad or tube or gets it or whatever, but it was always basically Texas rig if I was bottom bouncing, and then spinner bait, jerk bait, crank bait, top water, and I'd hammer the shit out of them as a kid, all the way up until like 30. And then I started getting into tournaments. I started getting into YouTube and I started figuring. And then next thing you know, the drop shot got me. And I hated that damn thing because it got me stuck for so long. I'm just sitting out there shaking a stupid ass worm in 40 to 80 feet of water, trying desperately to catch the little monsters, to get my 5. But now, like, I've kind of ditched that and I'm back to like the old school. Like, I'm out there to have fun. I do want to challenge myself, and I'm not stupid. So if like the bite is there, if the opportunities are there, I'm gonna be throwing them big ass baits. But if it slows down, the bluebird skies are out, or I've already got an 8-pounder and I need to catch the other 4 fish to get a good limit, I'm gonna go throw the jig, the Ned rig, the drop shot, the Nico, the shaky head, the whatever have you to fill in that bag. Then once that bag's filled in, I'm gonna try to make the best choices at the right time in the right spots to capitalize. I'll pull up and I'll throw top waters, crankbaits, or swim baits, or whatever have you, along big chunk rock and all this stuff. But then I'll pull off and I'll fish, really slow finesse too if I have to, kind of learning when and where to switch in between the types of fishing. Yeah, when to. We're gonna keep saying hi to all you guys on TikTok. Thanks for jumping in. So. This is my first live stream on TikTok, so I can't do too much interaction with you guys until I've done a live stream for over 30 minutes, and then I've done it 3 times. So we will see you guys on TikTok until these are set up, and then you guys are going to be able to interact with me. I would love to hear what you guys and gals have to say, what your thoughts are. Same thing on YouTube. If you guys comment, I'll read your comment, I'll interact. You don't have to super chat or send me money. I don't ask for crap here. I'm not trying to beg anybody for money, funds, help, or any of that shit. I just want to have a great time, share my knowledge, and have fun. That's the main thing about this channel. And if you guys want to know, a little joke, we're going to go lighthearted here. Do not search this up. I repeat, do not search this up. So I'm doing one of my first live streams on YouTube, right? You guys are gonna piss yourself laughing. So I'm doing like my first live stream on YouTube, and I get heck of people on because they haven't known that, 50, 60 people right away. It goes up to like 100, and I'm just like, whoa. And everybody's chatting and having a good time. And well, somebody was telling me something about something called Ram Ranch. And I swear, do not Google it. Do not look it up. But yet they dared me to Google it and look it up. And they were telling me, because I was going to buy a new truck. And I was trying to decide whether on a GMC, a Ford, a Chevy, a Dodge. And they were telling me about the Dodge Ram Ranch or something, right? And they got me to look it up. Now, I didn't do it with my screen showing, mind you. Had I, the channel had already been banned. And so I looked it up and I clicked on it. And let's just say there's just a massive ding ding dong. Just that's what you get when you search that up. So don't search that up. It's kind of like 2 girls, 1 cup. I promise you don't want to see it. Take it from me. Don't search it up. But anyways, I got catfished. I got trolled. And I went down that rabbit hole and I had a good time. I laughed and joked. You got me. Whatever, I have fun. That's the kind of the name of the game here on the channel. And when I'm out fishing, I'm going to share with you what's working. I'm going to also, if you guys have questions about politics, questions about like life events, what's going on, I'm more than happy to answer those stuff. I also, like I said, I'm an HVAC contractor. You got questions about your home, insulation, attic, electrical bills, comfort, mold, mildew, funny smells, HVAC system, heating, air conditioning, any of that stuff. I can give you guys really professional advice. I've done this over 15 years and I am in business for myself and I'm doing pretty decent as a company. And I've got all 5-star reviews across the board on Google, Yelp. I focus on taking care of people and knowing what I'm doing, being very professional. And I like that to transfer here too. So like if you guys have any of those kinds of questions or concerns, I'm happy to talk about all that stuff. So this is a fishing channel, mind you, but I am not scared to get into whatever the hell weeds or subjects you guys want to talk about. I don't care what it is. I'm down. I'll tell you my 2 cents. I'll be polite about it. And if we disagree, we disagree. If we agree, we agree. I think that needs to come back. We need to stop yelling at each other and looking at each other as enemies. We're all Americans, or at least most of us are, right? We should be taking care of each other. And even if we're not Americans, you're watching from some other country, we're all humans. We're all on a rock that's flying through space at thousands of miles an hour, and we're all ants. And the relative, picture of things. And there's no point or reason we should be at each other's throats, basically. We can all agree to disagree at the end of the day if it comes to it. That's how I feel. So Anyways, let's get this down. I'll tell you what. So I missed the open event at Pedro because of live well problems, right? So I didn't join in. I didn't jump in because of my live well. Thanks for watching on TikTok, everybody. I appreciate you guys joining. I'm not going anywhere right now, but I'm just saying thank you. And I want you guys to know that we do live streams. We give away gift cards, and no, it's not a scam. Mostly fishing gift cards, Bass Pro Shop, stuff like that. And for those of you on the YouTube channel, you know very well. It's just this last year has been crazy, hectic with my daughter. Nearly, well, she did die 3 freaking times. Had brain damage. I had to fly out to Oklahoma and be by her hospital side for 2 weeks, and that was a challenge, financially, mentally, physically. So, with that work, running your own business, having a family with 5 kids, and then taking care of a disabled dad and brother, and then having another brother who went through divorce and had to come live on my couch for a few months. Oh my God, life just sometimes it ain't easy, right? But, you know, for all the moaning and complaining I could say I'm doing, there's so many people in worse situations. I mean, I was in one, right? Like I can say I can remember from my childhood, from like probably 2 3 years old till now, and nothing went away. Like I didn't compartmentalize, I didn't hide anything. All my memories are painfully fresh there. Now they're not as painful, they don't hurt as much when I go back and think about them. It's more of a life lesson on like all the crap I've been through and what makes me who I am and how strong I am. And I know too, most men are afraid to kind of talk about their feelings. It's more of like a girl thing, talk about drama or talk about emotions. But I think it's important for men to discuss those things as well. That's also why fishing is such a great outlet for men and women. But I'm telling you, fishing, if you haven't done it, like especially here on the TikTok channel, you may not know what you're getting into. It's like as far as I do everything, right? So fishing is very cathartic for the soul, for the body, for the mind, to just get out there and just peace, quiet, relaxation. It's you and the fish, the water and the birds and the crickets and the noises and all the cool stuff. Being outdoors is just my favorite damn thing to do down there. Going out, catching some fish with the kids, with the friends, by myself, with my dog. I've got 3 German Shepherds. So, those of you on the YouTube channel, you probably know a lot about me already, right? Because I share a lot. For those of you on TikTok, you're relatively new here, right? First live stream. So, I've got 3 German Shepherds. I've got 5 children, actually 6 now. I got to connect with a long lost son of mine that I'm so proud of. I love him very much, and that's a whole nother story. But I had basically a child that was, for better words, kind of stolen, put up for adoption without my permission. I don't blame his mom. It is what it is. We were like 19 years old. Um, so we were reconnected. We get to talk, we get to chat. We've met already and hung out like 3 or 4 times, 3 times, I think. Yeah, and it's been awesome. So yeah, I have 6 kids actually, and like I said, you guys know I own my own HVAC business, and there's a lot of cool stuff on this channel I would love to share with you guys and gals. A lot of cool life adventures, a lot of cool lessons and fun stuff. I'm a sports collector, video game. Uh, I love video games. I could stream that, but that ain't really the thing anymore. People used to stream video games, they get all these views, and then they now look at Asmongold. Dude started out being a Twitch streamer for video games, and just same thing like Hassan, playing video games, and now what are they into? Politics and shit that gets lots of views and clicks. I don't mind talking about that crap. I'll talk about whatever, but mostly I don't do things for other people to click or like or interact with. I do things that I hope other people will enjoy, but mainly for me, and for you guys, or else I wouldn't be doing this. It's to provide entertainment, to provide education and fishing information, and to hopefully build a community of people that, as best as we can be, are there for each other, to interact with each other, to when you never know, someone could be all by themselves, just wishing they had someone to talk to, someone to listen to, someone just to spend time with. There's a lot of lonely people out there, and I feel bad. Like I wish I could hug everybody. I'm a sop like that. I'm a black belt. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 275 pounds, and I can fight with the best of them. But I am a giant teddy bear. I love my fellow humans and people. I want us all to have a good life, get along. I know that's not realistic. And so I'm not afraid of confrontation, I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. But, I love just seeing people succeed and be happy. I love the positive things in life. I don't like the negative and the down. Like, of course, sometimes we got to talk about that stuff, and of course, it happens. But you are what you eat, and you are what you will be what you think. Like your mind is so much more powerful. If you put yourself in a positive position, then you're most likely going to have positive outlooks and positive experiences. And of course, bad things will happen and negative things will happen, but you're going to be much more likely to deal with that stuff if you're in a positive mindset and you are not in a bad place like that. So, that's why I know there's so much to yap about, just whatever. I know I'm not drunk yet. I've just been sipping. This is pretty good. So we started out, like I said, we tried this Colonel Taylor. This is 50%, so it's 100 proof. This bottle was roughly like 130, 140 bucks. It's bourbon. So it kind of has like that vanilla, creamy, smell and flavor, oak, vanilla, cream. You can taste and smell the wood. And we're going to bust into this Glenlivet next, right over here. Let's see what we're doing, right? I have a feeling I'm probably going to like the Glenlivet more, but we'll see. I also like having a little bit better bang for my buck. So 50 proof is better than, or sorry, 50% is better than 40%. You know the old saying, graph go up, line go up, alcohol go up. Nobody wants to see it go down. No, no. So I see a bunch of you people here on TikTok. I really wish I could get you guys to comment and interact. And if you are, I wish I could see it somehow. To um, stupid TikTok on my cell phone. It's not the TikTok stupid. I'm using it on the cell phone. I don't know how to operate the damn thing. So we're learning. So we're learning together, right? My first time on TikTok over here. I'm a little bit of a YouTube OG, but it is a first time on TikTok. So, anyways, over here on YouTube, looks like we got a couple people, not many, huh? The YouTube live stream has not been good to me lately. I don't know. I think a lot of it's been because I haven't been on so much, which is my fault, and I'm sorry. But life's kicked me in the nuts a couple times, really, 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 really freaking hard, and I survived. But I had to pay attention to getting kicked in the nuts. Couldn't be on the live streams as much, but we'll be on. We'll be on. Trust me. Ooh, you guys want to hear a cool story? So this is the end of the year, right? So we'll tell a couple cool stories. TikTok, you guys new, right? I'm new to here, so you guys haven't heard any of my past stories. But YouTube fellers, if they've been around for a while, they've heard some fun stuff. But we'll pick one of them, and we'll share it with you guys here. But I'll pick a funny, and all my stories are true. I've been through so much crazy shit. I should be like a stand-up comedian. I could probably now. I'm not cracking jokes. I'm not sitting here trying to crack jokes, but literally, I've been through so much shit. I'm like a 50-year-old toilet in a house full of 500-pound fat people. You know what I mean? That's what kind of shit I've been through. So like, I got a lot of stories and crazy stuff I could tell you guys about. Like, and pardon my language. I try to keep it family friendly as best as possible, so you guys won't hear me dropping f bombs too much or cursing too much, not trying to turn everybody off, trying to be as professional and nice as possible. And my wife brought me in that lovely bacon cheeseburger. It's just sitting over there getting cold because I don't want to eat in front of everybody. It's not polite. I think it's kind of tacky. So I'll eat it here in a bit, but yeah, thank you for the wife making it for me. That's for damn sure. I love my wife. Without her, man, shit, wouldn't be half the man I am. She's been by my side as I started my business and helped me grow it. And I helped her get through college. I actually kind of helped pass a couple classes for her the first year or two. After that, though, she got it all on her own. She's smarter than me now as far as like math and certain shit because I don't. I stopped my education right before a bachelor's. So I got my AS degree. I do have an Associate of Science degree in HVAC, by the way, from a college. And I got all my IGETC and CSU breath requirements to transfer over. Now I'm like 30 something years old, making 100K doing heating and air. And I'm like, why am I going to college still? Like me, and then let's just start my own business. And that's how, I see dudes that are millionaires, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, HVAC's a good business to be in. Like over here, he was a retired plumber. He knows what I'm saying. Like, you work for yourself is so much better than working for someone else, but don't be so, I don't know if I want to use the word cocky, but whatever. Don't be so sure of yourself where you're not willing, excuse me, willing to go work for someone else, put in hard work because life, you don't just go through college and then graduate and get handed some rich, fancy job. You got to earn that shit. And so the people that are going to college and coming out and getting fancy jobs, those are the people, though, that they also have hard skills. Like while they were going through college or while they were kids, they learned how to tear apart computers and rebuild them. They were active. They had jobs, community service, all kinds of stuff. If you just go to some kind of Ivy League school and put your 8 years in to become doctor, whoever the hell, don't be surprised if you don't get hired or if you only get offered low paying positions because you haven't proved yourself yet. You haven't earned that life experience. Oh, sorry, folks. Trying to say hi to everybody on TikTok. Over here on YouTube, I got like one person hanging out still. Like, thanks for hanging out and watching, whoever it is. I don't know. Comment. Let me know who's the one person on YouTube right now hanging out. Sometimes we'll have, 20, 30 people or more. Sometimes it's 5 or 6. YouTube, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do have a fishing channel, and guys have been watching me for years. And then sometimes I'm yapping about some other shit, and they probably tune out. Oh, it's you. All right, cool. Well, thank you, much appreciated. I'm glad you're still there. But thank you for watching. It helping prevent the channel from dying 100% now. I haven't really done any YouTube lives lately, and it is a Friday. There's not going to be a lot of people hanging out on a Friday just watching live streams. So, but for those of you who are, thank you. Let's get this pounded down the hatch, man. So I took about maybe 2 shots worth of this 50% bourbon. Not bad. Let's see what the Glenlivet hits with. This is kind of like not, what do you call it? I should start with a fresh glass, but I'm not that much of a snob, like, oh, we're going to go cleanse the palate. Go get some raspberry sorbet. Oh, that's got to be annoying for you guys, huh? Hearing that stupid ring, it's annoying as hell for me. I got to turn it off or snooze it. The wife's probably taking out the trash, being a super wife. All right, let's crack the top off the Glenlivet. And wow, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Salut. Also got some margarita mix and some orange liqueur to make some Cadillac margaritas. That's kind of my favorite. To be honest, I don't drink a lot. I'm not a drunkard. I don't like getting all smashed and whatnot. But I've just found I don't really like beer that much. It fills my gut up, gets me all bloated, takes too much to get a buzz. Man, just a couple shots though. woo wee, and it'd be good to go. But I just don't like not an alcoholic. I don't like getting wasted. And then if I was, I'd way rather be the type to drink beer than this because this will kill you. I knew guys that would wake up and they would drink from like 7 in the morning till about 12 maybe, and then pass out, just blackout drunk, and then wake up at 4 or 5, and then do the same thing until nighttime, and then pass out, and then just do that same cycle over and over and over again. And if that's you, I pray that you get some help because that will kill you. And I'm surprised my friend made it through all that. He's actually just recently given up alcohol, and congratulations to him. See, I've never really had a big problem with it, at least not since I was like 25. You know, in my neighborhood, in my city, in my time, I'm born in 1980s. Let's just say 1980 to give you an idea. Not 100%, but I ain't 1982 or 83, 84 or 78. I'm kind of in that window, 79 to 81. Let's just say you don't want to give your birthday out, right? So I'm in the mid 40s, and when I grew up, shit, it was we started drinking at probably. Oh, very sorry, folks. Oop, look at the Hulkamania. Hulkamania. We got Christian McCaffrey. Look at the Sandlot. Yeah, I got all my collectibles up there, but I like this one. My Street Fighter arcade. That's an original Street Fighter arcade from 1994 or 96, before Turbo or any of that. And yeah, it's one of my favorite things. Still works. It has Final Fight with Hagar and Cody. And it's like you're fighting those dudes that look like Andre the Giant using pipes and knives, and old school 16-bit fun right there. No DLC, no loot boxes, no grinding for bullshit. 10 times you run the raid and get the same damn gear. I'm so sick of the gaming industry screwing us over. I actually checked out of game. I love gaming. I'm still a gamer, by the way. I love gaming. I'm a gamer nerd. But gaming industry lost me probably close to 10 years ago with the Call of Duty going so crazy. Like I liked the zombies was awesome, but they just went too freaking nuts, man. And then all of the weird stuff, like all the woke stuff kind of really set me back. Like, listen, I want everybody to be happy, have a good life, and to be able to do what they want to be able to do to an extent. But when they started shoehorning all this female power and like kicking men out of our own spaces, and it's like the Marvels, it's all like, yeah, there's women in it, there's Black Widow, you have all this other stuff, but you had Iron Man, you had all these guys, and oh, here comes Thanos, and they're all setting up to beat him, and here comes Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel, whatever the hell her name is, and Brie Larson one punching Thanos into oblivion while all the other superheroes could barely touch him. Like, I hated that shit. I seen the writing on the wall right away and was like, oh hell no. Listen, I'm cool with female empowerment, right? But you're not gonna have like a 6 or 5'2" chick running around beating up, 6 foot dudes with muscles and throwing them around like of course with the superpowers, but it's like, yeah, Thor and all those other guys couldn't handle business, but all of a sudden here comes the Captain Marvel to save the day, and no one had ever cared about her. They didn't build her character up. She didn't have to sacrifice anything. She didn't have to go through any growth. She wasn't like anybody's favorite. No one even cared or knew about her, and just all of a sudden, let's throw her into the mix and make her the savior. It's just like same thing with the Star Wars. Oh man, video games and movies have just shot themselves right in the foot, and they never. I don't give them my money since about that time frame, since the Marvels and all that. I just checked out. Checked out. Destiny pissed me off with all their, like having to run raids a million times to try to get a different loot. And it's just like, oh, the greed in video gaming. It got way too high. Like, are you freaking kidding me? So, anyways, went on a gaming rant, right? So, like, there's so much stuff I love that is important to me that I'd like to talk about, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. your guys' opinions on stuff. Just unfortunately, on TikTok, I got to go a few more times and then we can interact more. And then on YouTube, we got to keep growing that live audience. So my channel gets decent views and stuff for how small it is, but this is what happens when you nearly lose, when you have your daughter pass away damn near and you step away from it. And for like a year, instead of my first so many years, I was pumping out like a video every other day or every 2 or 3 days, fishing content. And then I started pumping out other content too. And the channel was growing and growing. And then once I had to stop and deal with my daughter and with life, I got married, I had all this stuff happen. It was just like YouTube, and then now you come back to it and then it's trying to restart it. It's kind of like a cold engine, and you got it to fire up and you're out fishing and you made a run all the way to the other side of the lake and then you turned your motor off and you fished for so long it got cold again and now the stupid thing don't want to start. Trying to get it, prime it and pump it. Come on, baby, start for me. Right? That's what it feels like. Right. So it's I'll tell you, once you get some momentum going, keep building it up because once you stop, it's hard to keep restart. Another thing that hurt the channel is I started this channel, like I said, I think 12 years ago, and the first 6 years I never uploaded a video. So YouTube pretty much wrote me off like I don't exist. So I never get any love from the algorithm. Like the craziest videos I've got should have million plus views and nobody watches them. It's just like, man, I've either been blacklisted or do I suck that bad? Right. Right now my live stream, I'm working on it, but I think I've got some really cool content. I've got a boat flipping 3 times and a dude, crashing and sinking and dying, and I'm going to rescue him. We've got rescuing of a little baby raccoon and a mother raccoon. We've got uh, bobcat sightings. We've got like um, multiple double digits. We've got toy drives where we took care of Christmas for over 200 kids. 200 kids, man. I'm so proud of that. Nobody cares. Whatever. I don't care. I don't do it for the views. Like I said, what I said earlier, I do what I do because I love doing what I do. I don't do it for people to click the like and the little button. Now, if they do, I would appreciate that because it helps the channel. But, and I do get paid. I am monetized on YouTube, but it's very little. You make maybe $100 a month or so, unless you can blow up. Once you blow up, you make good money doing this, which is why I don't plan on dropping it. Maybe one day the YouTube gods and the algorithm will catch me and I'll grow. But in the meantime, me and, our little community, we just enjoy ourselves, and I do plan on having more people on, having some people here, zooming the camera out and have like a table set up. And then me and other people can talk about fishing and all that kinds of stuff, collectibles, politics, whatever you guys want. But I'm going to read a comment real quick here. You're a Rams fan, licking your wounds after last night. Yeah, I know how it is, man. I'm a Niner fan, obviously. And the last 3 Super Bowls pissed me the hell off. We won every Super Bowl we went to. And now all of a sudden after Kaepernick, we can't win a single one. Like we lost one with him. We lost one with Garoppolo. And we lost one with Purdy. And it's just heartbreaking. At least we went to 3 Super Bowls. But that's like getting blue balls 3 times. Who wants to go around and pronounce to everybody that they got blue balled, 3 times? Like we almost scored. No, like shit, man. To go that far and just to lose 3 freaking times, or was it 4? I don't remember. I'm so mad now. I'm just thinking about it. No. I'm one of those people, though. I love sports, collectibles, and all that, but I don't get too worked up about sports. Thing about sports is I can't control it, I can't affect it, and it doesn't change my life. So woohoo, go Niners, whatever. But I'm not going to hate other players like, oh, you're a Dallas fan, or oh, you're whatever. I don't give a shit, dude. Like whatever team you like. Sports, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever, foosball, whatever, football. It's all just supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be for enjoyment, for entertainment. You're not supposed to go out because your team won or lost and burn your freaking city down, or riot in the loot, or get bent and climb light poles and shake them around, tear shit up. Like that's what you do when you're 19 and you're retarded, just because. But and we shouldn't be doing that anyways. If we were raised better and we followed the rules more, and then when people did that dumb shit, they actually got in trouble for it, then they wouldn't do it next time. But anyways, you know how that goes. So again, salute. Oh, I don't know. The bourbon might actually be a little better. Live restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason, hate speech, and hateful behaviors. Oh, can you believe that? Someone flagged me. Oh, great. Let's see here. All right. My live did not contain no hate speech. Anyone who flagged that is dumb. Right? Whatever. Hate me if you want. Here's what I say to that. Yeah. If you flag me, there you go. Sit on it and spin, dude. I really could care less. So, especially on my first TikTok live stream. There's always a Karen, always a whiny little bitch somewhere, right? So, it is what it is. But I said it. Sorry, I'm over here. I got YouTube and TikTok going on, but over here on TikTok, they said my live stream was being restricted for hate speech. Can you believe that? Hate speech. Oh, you start talking politics or stuff they don't like, they'll get on you real quick over on TikTok. I've already heard that's what happens when what is his name? Winnie the Pooh, Xi Jinping and the Chinese run your rap. Well, gonna get some censoring going on. Either that or when it's ran by left wing wackaloos who think that just because you have a difference in opinion, it's hate speech. I can show y'all what real hate speech is. Trust me. I know what it is, not because I necessarily have it or I'm not a hateful person, but true hate speech ain't nothing like disagreeing with somebody. That's simply just having an opinion, which we all have. That's the thing, is that this world has got way too pussified. Way too pussified. Hate speech. Gotta be kidding me. Anyways, you went after woke stuff. Yeah, right? As soon as I said some shit about woke stuff, the TikTok community or the TikTok guidelines, fuck you. That's why YouTube, they're a little bit more lenient and free. I could care less if I get booted off of TikTok. I really could. I'm not monetized on TikTok, and I just started it. So if I did get booted off, boo-hoo, I'm not going to cry. I would like to start something, to grow something, but ain't nobody going to grab me by the cojones and tell me what I can or can't say, especially when I'm truly being a decent person and not saying mean and hateful things. But when you flag me or you say that I'm saying that kind of stuff, I'll give you my opinion and tell you how I feel about you. And it's the bird is the word. You know what I'm saying? So, because, hey, we can all have our own opinions. Yeah, we can agree to disagree. But when you're going to act like a Karen and be a punk about it, I'll tell you, I'll say, hey, this is what it is, in my opinion, and whatever it is, what it is. Let the chips fall where they may, and the dice roll how they will. That's life, dude. When you've been through as much as me, and a lot of you guys have, I'm sure. I'm not unique to getting kicked in the nuts by life. Because life kicks us all. Well, sure, that's annoying as hell, you know. I could mute that, but I'm not worried about it. So, anyways, three more if they don't boot me off, and 30 minutes. I think I tackled my 30 minutes. So, TikTok, if you enjoyed it, hey, come on back. We'll see you on the next one. If you didn't, you know what to do. We'll see you guys. I'm going to stick here on YouTube where I'm not getting messed with. We'll see you guys on the next one. But, all right. Sorry, I'm over here on TikTok. I'm going to make sure that maybe for using the hard R word. It looks like might have been what it was. Whatever. Crikey. You know what's crazy is I noticed on TikTok, not so much as YouTube. YouTube's got them, but I think people don't really like that crap. Is all the AI stuff, all the AI videos that are fake, that are like pumped up, that aren't real. You know, they got like videos of like kids in Niner, Raider, whatever outfits cussing at like other stuff. It's just like they're crazy. And they want to say hate speech for whatever. Anyways, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'll tell you, I think I do like the bourbon a little more than the whiskey. Actually, though, it's smoother. It's got a higher alcohol content, and it's a lot smoother. The whiskey has a little more flavor, though, if that makes sense. It has more. It has more different things going on, more flavors that you can taste, aftertaste, while the bourbon's more just like a vanilla kind of caramely, like with a little burn, um, and a little wood flavor. Like this has got the wood and the smoke and fruit and a couple other like flavors going on for it. But I think I do like the bourbon more. Well, I'll be damned. The cheaper stuff is better than the more expensive stuff. 130 bottle, one against the 160 bottle. You know, money isn't everything. Cost isn't everything. They say you get what you pay for. And yes, better than a $30 bottle of Jerk, E&J, or Jack Daniels or any of that crap, but still hard alcohol. You know, it is what it is. I could imagine buying like some $10,000 bottle of whiskey and just being disappointed that it tastes like $100 bottle. And I guess my palate is not fine enough to distinguish upon the differences. Maybe I don't know, but I could imagine. And even if I was super rich, I don't know if I'd ever be that dumb or go that way. But I guess if you had that much money, you're like, what the hell? You know, you can't take it with you when you die. So enjoy life's finer things, I guess, right? Anyways, have you watched Ralphie reviews, mostly Scotch stuff? I have seen, I think, a couple of theirs. I've seen a couple of them. I think where they were trying like one of those. What are they called? The flights, or where you like get different liquor sent to you, and it's a smaller bottle, and you get to try like different liquors every month. It was like a subscription program. I'm watching one of his videos. He was trying some stuff like that, and or they were trying some different liquors, and I don't remember exactly much about it. Um, I watch so much random crap, right? I'm sure we all do, but fishing, excuse me, news. I'll do some reviews too because I like getting people's opinions on stuff. You know, that's one thing I haven't done much, but I don't like to come across like I'm gloating, or I'm like, I'm not gloating, but like to me, it almost seems like attention grabbing or just like an attention whore. I try not to be that, like look at me for clicks or check me out. Obviously, that's what we're here for, right? I want to make a decent channel, make some money doing this, hopefully build something up. I do make money, but nothing that covers what I spend on it, right? But um, one thing I do is I also go to very expensive restaurants. Like that's probably my biggest budget downfall as a guy who's not super rich or wealthy, but who's not poor. Um, I'll go and spend $1,000 on food for just me and the wife, maybe 600, 600 bucks. I'll buy the best steaks, king crab, all the good sauces, and I think it would be kind of tacky to be in a restaurant like that and bust out your like GoPro or your cell phone and start recording. That just screams of like, ugh. But yet I could because I do that stuff. The channel just doesn't see it. You guys don't see it. Now, maybe it'd be cool to do like I go to sushi houses, even cheap stuff. I don't just eat fancy stuff, right? So, like, I drink, good stuff, but I also drink cheap shit. You won't be hard pressed to find me. I don't drink much anymore, but when I did, you could find me floating around on the lake in my bass boat drinking a twisted tea or a Mickey's or something, or a juicy IPA 9% or a whatever have you at any given time. I could be drinking anything from damn near Schlitz malt liquor, not that bad, but I haven't went with the old English or the St. Ides in a long time. But you could find me drinking some kind of lower level stuff all the way up to stuff that maybe some people would be interested to see my opinion on some of that stuff. But I haven't been watching too much of it though. Tell you that. So it's been mostly like my YouTube content create or is mostly my consumption of YouTube is mostly like historical, factual videos for like nerdy, just nerding out, learning something interesting, or like fishing videos somewhat. I don't actually watch a lot of fishing videos because I'm more focused on not trying to copy other people's content or see something and then kind of steal it and put it in my own video subconsciously. I like to stumble across things the natural way. I like to learn things my own way and then share it with people. So it could be like I'll go out to the lake, never seen anything before, and literally invent like a new setup or a new way of fishing something, and turns out maybe on YouTube people have been doing that for years, but to me, I never knew about that. Like my brain concocted that idea on my own. Now maybe someone else's did too, right? And they did it before me. Great. I'm not going to act like I invented it or made it up, but it's so much more rewarding when you have a problem and you are able to solve it. Does that make sense? So when it comes to the fishing, I watch some fishing videos, but not too much. My YouTube consumption is more like political, current events, and just the random, like lots of random stuff, like the taste testing. Oh, I love. You want to see those Irish people tasting like American food or the Middle Eastern guys? Oh, I love that channel. I haven't watched it in a minute, but I love watching those tribal Afghani guys try like American food and barbecue and like watch an American movie or listen to an American song like Metallica or something. And they're like, it's pretty cool to get to see someone halfway or all the way on the other side of the world that you'd never even in your life before this century get to even knew existed or know about them. And yet here we are seeing their culture, their takes and their ideas on our stuff. It's pretty cool. I like that stuff. So anyways, for my content, I like doing a little bit of everything. So mostly fishing, but you'll catch me dabbling into politics. You'll catch me dabbling into like movie reviews, what I thought about movies, video games occasionally, food, drinks. I do all kinds of stuff. So like 4th of July comes around, I did the video of the fireworks on the lake and we went out in the boat and got to watch the fireworks blow up over our head. That was super cool. Lake McClure. They do them at Lake Don Pedro, a bunch of the lakes around here. They'll do the fireworks show over the lake and they'll let you take your boat and they try to keep you a safe distance away, but everybody kind of creeps up, and then you get to watch them blow up over your head. Beautiful stuff that I would just love to share with everybody. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to check out for tonight. Smash the like and subscribe if you're new here. Follow. We're going to be having a giveaway soon. I'm going to buy the gift cards though, so I don't do the giveaway, and then I have to, I'll have the envelopes, the gift cards already. And then once people win, they'll be given my email or text or Facebook. You can message me and get me your address and your info, and I'll mail you guys out the gift cards. So remember to make sure your notification bells are checked. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, man, anytime. I'll see you on the lake, brother. Now, before we get off, how's McClure fishing? So McClure, I haven't been to in a couple weeks. The last time I was at McClure, it had totally shut down and gotten very brutal, and the fish were in 70 to 100 feet deep, and I was catching them on all kinds of shit, but fishing 70 to 100 feet deep. There were fish in 40 and 50, but the more active feeding fish were on bait balls, and so they might have been in 50, 60, or 70 feet over 60, 70, 80, or 90, whatever have you, because the bait was anywhere from 5 to 20 feet thick, and the bass would be above them and in them, and you'd have a few underneath them, right? The ones that are, whenever the bass are in there picking the bait off and the bait dies and falls, I like to call them the vacuum cleaners. They don't put in a lot of work. They kind of sit there, and as the bait falls and dies, like a catfish or something, they'll just pick it up. Bass will do that. And then you got all the little, I think a lot of the littler bass are in the school tearing them up, while a lot of the bigger bass are underneath. And they're basically picking off all the stuff falling down, and they're using very little energy and getting more food for less energy exerted. And also, they could be, I see sometimes big signatures on the top, and they could be feeding two on that school or even on the smaller fish that are eating the other fish. But anyways, I heard somebody got a 9, almost 10 pounder out of McClure the other day. And I'll tell you this, if you want my advice, watch the trout plants. Anytime from like November till March, if you're fishing McClure, Don Pedro, or any lake for that matter, but especially these mother lode lakes in California, watch the trout plant. Whenever they plant the trout, fish wherever the trout plant is around it and throw swim baits. You're going to catch 5, 8, and 10 pounders left and right. I've caught so many bass over 5 pounds in the last couple weeks by doing that. It's insane. So I plan, and we've got a couple 8s. The video you guys are going to be seeing soon, but my buddy's got an 8. His brother got an 8. I got an 8. We got 7s. We got 6s. We got multiple 5s. I told a couple buddies they got some 5s. They went out there and they were smashing on them. So Don Pedro just had a trout plant. All we've been doing is fishing near the boat ramps and the marina and the cove, just tossing big swim baits and catching. I had a limit of bass all on swim baits. Didn't even need to fish anything else basically. 20, almost 30-pound bag. I should have had a 35, 40-pound bag. Dumped a couple that were close to 10 or more right near the boat or hooked up, and they popped right off. So, yeah, that's what I would be doing. So I can't tell you how McClure's been fishing like the last week or two, but I think they had a trout plant, and I know someone caught like a 9, almost a 10-pounder out there, and I'm assuming it ain't going to be dangling a worm. So if you want to catch 5 bass, you can look for bait, go in the backs of creeks, cuts, channels, even if you're on the main lake, any divot, any kind of depression, or like an area where the bass can push that bait into and kind of pin them, and the bait can't escape really. So anything that's just like a cut, doesn't matter whether it's a hole, creek arm, but as long as it runs down deep and the bass can push those bait into that, and they're using them like pins, and they're herding like the bait into that pin and keeping them trapped, and then they're feeding on them. So if you want to catch numbers and you're in a tournament, you're going for your 5, I would suggest things like spoons, like a jigging spoon, flutter spoon, Castmaster, drop shot, and fish in 40 to almost 100 feet. and you're going to catch a lot of fish out of McClure. If you're going for the kickers, if you're tournament fishing and you want that big fish, or you're just big fish fishing, stay around the launches right now. Probably McClure Point, Barrett's, and fish all of the basically all the good ambush spots. Get up shallow. Don't forget though, you can catch these bass out over 40, 50 feet of water. They will come up and hit a swim bait. For me, I've been using glide baits, not swim baits like a Hood or a Depths 250. I'm using lures like S Waver, and I'm using the bigger ones. So S Waver 200, not the 168. So I'm throwing 8-inch baits, not 6-inch baits. So hope that helps. See you guys on the next one. Don't forget, we're gonna have a giveaway coming soon, and lots of cool videos. So thanks for watching.